Stan Gibilisco here, from somewhere high above a planet that looks a lot like Earth, looking at a space station. The only way we know it's not Earth is that there are two moons rather than one, and that thing there in the center sure looks like a nebulotic sun, doesn't it? But what I'm here to show you today is something entirely different from all these audio tests and everything that I've been doing lately. I would like to show you, first of all, my website, sciencewriter.net, designed for a high resolution display, 1080p in this case. This video, by the way, is at 1080p. And you just go to sciencewriter.net. Now, if you're on a tablet device, you can either hit the tablet site link right down here, or this thingy up here in the left-hand corner, upper left-hand corner, called a neutrino. And that's one of the things they are studying at the Sanford Laboratory right here in Lead, South Dakota, also known as the Deep Underground Science and Engineering Laboratory, or DUSEL, D-U-S-E-L. They have a website, and I will provide a link to the website in the description of this video, although it's pretty easy to remember, sanfordlab.org. So, with that, I'll kill off these links up here so we can go right back to the space station when we're finished with this little tour. Here's the home page of the Sanford Underground Research Facility. That's where this link will take you. Bunch of pictures. Of course, there's, I don't know what LZ stands for. Shoot. But they are in an old gold mine called the Homestake Gold Mine that used to be here in Lead. 8,000 feet, or approximately 2 kilometers deep. They haven't gotten all the way down that deep yet because there's still some water they've got to pump out. They have a neutrino day. A neutrino day. This is something that we're hoping here in the town of Lead will revive our economy a little bit by bringing in some professors and highfalutin folks that'll maybe buy a little real estate and contribute a little to the economy without doing the overkill thing like some of us here in Lead think Deadwood did. Instead of that kind of sensationalism, we'll end up with something more like Kailua Kona, Hawaii, and all of the towns on the Big Island that benefit from the observatory up on Mauna Kea, that 13,000-foot peak that rises high above the Pacific, and on which people actually can ski at this time of year, would you believe? Neutrino Day, that sounds a little bit gimmicky to me, but, you know, if it works, do it. Okay, let's take a look at there's a news page. Now, I don't understand a lot of this stuff, and I certainly did not move here to Lead because of this lab. I didn't even know about the lab when I moved here to Lead. I moved here because I could afford a house here and hardly anywhere else. And it was a cool looking town. It still is. It has an awful lot of potential, but I think it'll be a generation or so before they really take advantage of it. Now, what the heck is SDSTA? Sounds like some transit authority. South Dakota Stupid Transit Authority or something. No. South Dakota Science and Technology Authority. Well, I don't know who's an authority on science and technology. This is the first I've heard that anybody could actually enact laws dictating the way that science and technology ought to behave, dictate reality. Well, some judges have tried to do that. In England, I know of one who actually did try to do that. Now, what's NBNL? Let's find out. Berkeley. Well, Berkeley, California, of course, is a well-known. I guess what you would call it is a little bit of a hotbed of radicalism. But we wouldn't mind getting some professors from a place like that out here. At least I sure wouldn't. Business services? Well, greetings and welcome to the Business Service Office of South Dakota. Now, there's a lot of top secret stuff going on down there, and in order to get a tour, even so much as a tour, you have to go through some hoops. This is a pretty sophisticated place, and there's some kind of top secret stuff. They're looking for dark matter, neutrinos, trying to communicate with neutrinos by sending beams of them through from here to Chicago, right through the earth, I believe. Someday I hope to see a university branch or some kind of a technology center here in Lead. And that would just be so cool. But I don't know if I'll live to see that, even if I live to be 90 years old. The way it looks now, be lucky to live to be 62, but I've been into that self-pity trip before, and you don't want to hear it anymore. If you've heard it before, you know what I mean. You're sick of it. You ought to be sick of it. Careers. Well, now there's something. Maybe I should look for a job. Infrastructure technician, administrator, engineer. Well, I might be able to qualify as an electrical engineer, but it'd take a stretch. Water treatment plant operators. Now there's an idea. Some of the water they pump out of that place we could use for drinking water here. Seems like it keeps getting replenished all the time. Communications personnel. Well, depends on what communications personnel means. Scientists, geologists, physicists. Now those are the ones that I think are really cool. I thought we ought to start a cafe here in Lead. If I was into that kind of mentality, I would do something call it the like the Dark Matter Cafe or something like that. Dark Energy Cafe. That's it. The Dark Energy Cafe. Want to contact him? I don't know exactly why you would, but unless you want to get a job there, maybe yeah, come out here and look for a job. This is a cool place to live out here in the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of advertising, for lack of a better word. I was hoping to find something more scientific sounding, but here's what Lead looks like, and there's part of the lab over here. Looks like an old something to do with an old farm, you know. But there's some really cool stuff up there. I kid you not. Just like there's some really cool stuff up there. And that planet that looks something like Earth, but we know it's not Earth because it has 2 moons and a much more nebulotic sun. Maybe they'll be able to figure out whether that nebulotic sun is emitting neutrinos or not, and whether any of them are getting down to 8,000 feet below the surface of one of the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of advanced research. Until next time, Stan Gibilisco saying so long.